Okay, so if you've been feeling that familiar hum of information overload trying to keep up with artificial intelligence,
Yeah, absolutely. It's a lot.
you are definitely not alone. I mean, it's just constant, isn't it? News, research, breakthroughs, like almost daily.
It's a torrential downpour, really. Hard to keep track.
Totally. But look, you've given us this incredible collection of sources, articles, research, even your own notes, which is fantastic.
Hmm.
And our job, well, our mission for this deep dive today is basically to filter out some of that noise for you.
Try and extract the really vital insight.
Exactly, because, the landscape is shifting so fast, it can be hard to tell what's genuinely significant from what's just.
Well, just more noise, like you said.
Right. So today, August 25th, 2025, it feels like a really pivotal moment for AI. We're calling this deep dive AI at the Crossroads: Innovation, Regulation, and Strategic Momentum.
That sums it up nicely.
Our goal is pretty straightforward. Give you a clear, kind of comprehensive understanding of the biggest stories shaping AI right now.
Yeah, connect the dots between things that might seem separate.
Connect the dots, distill the key takeaways, maybe bring you some of those aha moments.
Get you feeling well-informed without drowning in the details.
Precisely. We want to explore this fascinating interplay between the tech breakthroughs, the policy and regulation changes, and all the strategic moves happening globally.
It's all happening at once.
It really is. So, all right, let's unpack this incredible stack of information you've gathered for us and see what really stands out.
Okay. Well, the first thing that really jumps out from your sources is just how clearly they show AI evolving on multiple fronts simultaneously.
Yeah.
It's not just, the latest language model. It's the entire ecosystem around it, the development, the governance, even like direct political influence. It's all solidifying.
That's a really crucial observation, the whole picture.
Exactly.
Okay, well, speaking of the cutting-edge development side, let's maybe kick things off with that huge piece of news from NVIDIA.
Ah, yes, the robotics announcement.
Right. CEO Jensen Huang teased this, well, revolutionary AI brain specifically for robots.
Hmm.
And the vision seems to be machines that aren't just smarter, but genuinely adaptable, like really capable in the physical world.
Yeah, moving beyond just repetitive factory tasks.
It sounds like they want robots to actually understand and react to their environment with, I don't know, unprecedented intelligence.
Well, and this seems like more than just an incremental upgrade, doesn't it?
It feels like it.
What's really insightful, I think, is how NVIDIA isn't just selling chips anymore. They're building an entire integrated cognitive stack just for robotics.
A cognitive stack, okay.
Yeah, because historically, robotics has been held back by needing pre-programmed instructions, right? Very rigid.
Mm-hmm.
If NVIDIA actually delivers on this promise, and some of your sources really dig into this, it could accelerate things dramatically.
Accelerate how?
Uh,
Like faster automation.
Well, yes, faster efficiency, but also potentially redefining the division of labor across whole industries.
Mm-hmm.
Much faster than traditional automation ever could.
Wow.
We could be talking about robots moving way beyond assembly lines. Think dynamic decision-making roles, maybe in personalized logistics or even advanced healthcare.
Okay, but that immediately brings up the counterpoint, right? The thing I'm sure you're thinking about too, and our listeners are, what about safety?
Of course.
Ethical deployment. I mean, moving these adaptable systems from a controlled lab into, say, a busy hospital or a factory floor, that's a whole different ballgame.
Absolutely. Huge reliability concerns there.
Yeah.
And some of the really insightful sources you pulled, like that report from the Robotics Ethics Institute, they highlight this exact challenge.
What do they say?
It's not just about building basic fail-safes. The really hard part is getting them to adapt safely when something unexpected happens.
Right, the unknown unknown.
Precisely. So there's a push not just for safety protocols, but for embedding what some are calling ethical reasoning right into the AI's architecture.
Ethical reasoning in the code, that sounds complex.
It's a much harder problem. More philosophical, frankly, than just coding for scenarios you can predict.
Okay, so innovation sprinting ahead, but raising these big safety and ethical questions. Now, this next development feels particularly compelling because it shows how the policy world is scrambling to react.
The political angle.
Yeah, let's pivot to the regulatory arena, or maybe pre-regulatory. Your sources point to this new AI-focused super PAC. It's called Leading the Future.
Right, I saw that one. Big money behind it.
Huge money. Over $100 million already.
Yeah.
And backing from names like Andreessen Horowitz, OpenAI's Greg Brockman.
Mm-hmm.
And its explicit goal to shape the midterm elections to favor pro-AI policies, that's a bold play.
It's a significant shift, definitely. What feels unprecedented isn't just the amount of money, though that's notable.
What then?
It's how preemptive this political intervention is. They're trying to shape the legislative environment before any real public consensus has even formed around AI rules.
Getting ahead of the game.
Exactly. And that could set well, maybe a dangerous precedent for how future tech is governed, where well-funded industry groups can steer policy really early on.
This super PAIC apparently frames its goals around pushing for sensible guardrails. That's the term they're using.
Sensible guardrails. It sounds reasonable on the surface, doesn't it?
It does. But what does that likely mean in practice, especially coming from these big tech players?
Well, piecing together what's in your sources, sensible guardrails, probably translates to advocating for things like risk-based assessments.
Instead of outright bans on certain AI uses.
Exactly. Or maybe focusing on soft law, industry standards, best practices, rather than strict government mandates.
Less red tape,
Yeah,
basically.
exactly. The underlying goal often seems to be preventing a messy, fragmented regulatory landscape. Different rules in different states or from different federal agencies.
Which could slow down innovation or hurt U.S. competitiveness?
That's the argument, yeah. And they're being strategic about it, too, focusing on battleground states. Places like New York, California, Illinois, Ohio. It shows this isn't just a D.C. conversation anymore.
Interesting. And this whole push-pull between innovation and regulation, it's not just a U.S. thing, is it? We're seeing this globally.
Oh, absolutely. It's a complex, multi-layered global picture now.
Like South Korea. Your sources highlight their announcement of a really ambitious national AI strategy.
Yeah, that was striking. 30 major initiatives.
Supported by a massive fund, 100 trillion won. That's serious investment.
It really is. It's part of their bigger push to reignite economic growth.
And it's a powerful example, isn't it? How countries now see AI not just as tech, but as critical for national economic health and, well, global standing.
Totally. It's a strategic, top-down bet on their future. They want to be at the absolute forefront, just like they were with semiconductors or mobile tech.
And that contrasts pretty sharply with what we're seeing elsewhere, like in Colorado, right?
Yeah, the Colorado situation is interesting. Your sources show they're still actively tweaking their state AI law,
Still tweaking.
trying to push back implementation beyond February 2026. They're wrestling with industry concerns, the sheer complexity of it all.
So one country going all in, while a U.S. state is pumping the brakes a bit, trying to figure it out. Fascinating contrast.
It really highlights the different approaches being taken.
Okay, so we've got NVIDIA pushing robotics, powerful new political forces emerging, nations making huge strategic bets. But what else has August 2025 brought us just on the pure tech front? Because your sources were packed with model updates and things.
They were. August has been a really remarkable month for just sheer AI momentum on several fronts.
Like what?
Well, for instance, a really big one, the EU AI Act. Those transparency and risk management rules, they officially kicked in on August 2nd.
Right, that just happened. That feels monumental.
It is. It means providers of general-purpose AI now have serious obligations, disclosing training data sources, clearly labeling AI-generated content.
Watermarking and things like that.
Exactly. And conducting really comprehensive risk assessments, especially for anything deemed high risk.
This is huge for accountability in one of the world's biggest markets.
Absolutely. It sets a global precedent, really, a baseline for high-trust AI.
Okay, so that's the regulatory side setting a benchmark. What about the actual models themselves? GPT-5 made headlines.
It did. The reports mention a 30% boost in productivity?
Yeah, 30%, which is impressive, but what's maybe more noteworthy, especially for an informed audience like the people listening,
Go on.
is that this jump, combined with its advanced multilingual capabilities, seems to imply a shift towards genuinely augmentative AI.
Augmentative.
Meaning it's not just assisting tasks, but maybe actively expanding human capacity in ways we're only just starting to grasp.
That's a really interesting angle. And it's not just OpenAI pushing those boundaries, right?
No, not at all.
What's fascinating is seeing the other major players also significantly raising the bar. Claude Opus 4.1 from Anthropic.
Known for its ethical alignment work.
Right, and those large context windows. It's making waves. And then you've got Google's Gemini 2.5 DeepThink.
The multimodal one?
Yeah, which apparently scored an incredible 99.2% on competitive math tests.
And GPT-5 even hit a perfect score on similar math benchmarks, didn't it?
It did, a perfect score.
Wow. I mean, it almost makes you wonder, doesn't it? Are we getting close to a point where pure computation just bypasses human intellect in, like, every measurable cognitive task?
It raises that question, certainly.
Wahi.
But then the challenge shifts. It
Yeah.
shifts to defining what true intelligence really means beyond benchmarks.
Right, and how we integrate these powerful tools ethically, meaningfully.
Exactly. It also highlights this competitive landscape where it's not just about brute force scaling anymore.
Yeah.
Different capabilities, strategic differentiators are totally important.
Good point. And it's not just the private sector making these big AI moves either.
No.
Your sources also flagged key contract news. The U.S. Department of Defense awarded up to $200 million in AI development contracts
Ah, okay. To who?
to the big players: Anthropic, Google, OpenAI, and even xAI.
Interesting mix. That shows a renewed federal appetite for AI solutions.
Definitely. And if you connect that to the bigger picture,
It signals clear government interest in harnessing advanced AI for strategic uses, but also maybe a pragmatic realization that they need to partner with the leading private companies to do it.
which raises its own questions, doesn't it? About public-private goals aligning, balancing innovation speed with national security, ethical oversight.
All those tricky balancing acts. Yeah.
Okay, and one final piece here that feels really significant, kind of a philosophical shift.
Go on.
Experts are apparently talking more about engineering AGI beyond scaling LLMs, focusing on architecture, function, not just making models bigger.
Ah, yes. This is a really pivotal shift in thinking.
What does it mean practically?
Well, for a long time, the main approach, especially with large language models, was basically more is more, bigger models, more parameters, more data.
Right, the scaling laws.
Exactly. This new philosophy, which you can see detailed in some of those research papers you shared, suggests a growing recognition that just scaling up might be hitting diminishing returns.
Oh.
So instead, the focus is turning towards novel designs, entirely new ways of computing, maybe fundamentally different approaches to how AI learns and reasons.
So not just bigger, but smarter designs.
Smarter designs, potentially. It hints that achieving advanced general intelligence, or AGI, might not just be about scale. It might require fundamentally new types of AI architecture.
Which could lead to what? More efficient AI? More specialized?
Potentially all of the above. More efficient, more robust, maybe even different kinds of intelligence we haven't conceived of yet.
Okay, wow. So let's try and tie this all together. What does this whirlwind of activity actually mean for us, for you listening?
Yeah, stepping back.
We've got new robotics brains, next-gen AI models hitting incredible benchmarks, complex regulatory moves like the EU AI Act actually taking effect, huge national investments, powerful political lobbying.
It really feels like a major turning point. August 25th, 2025, you said it earlier, it feels like a true inflection point.
Where all these forces, technological potential, ethics, economics, geopolitics are converging like never before.
Absolutely. The pace of innovation is just breathtaking. NVIDIA, the new models.
Undeniable.
But so is the regulatory catch-up, or maybe the attempted catch-up. You see the EU setting precedents, while states like Colorado are still grappling with the details.
And with these productivity gains everyone's talking about and the acceleration of automation, those big questions about fairness, jobs, responsible use.
So right back in the spotlight. Urgent questions demanding thoughtful answers, and soon.
And globally, you're right. AI is clearly not just a tech field anymore. It's central to geopolitics. South Korea's huge strategy, the EU's enforcement, nations are actively competing and collaborating to shape AI's future.
And that leading the future super PAC really underscores it. AI policy is now deeply tangled up with election strategy, with public advocacy, with big money.
Yeah. These aren't separate stories happening in silos, are they?
Not at all. They're deeply interconnected. They're shaping the foundation of how AI will evolve and, frankly, how it will impact your world.
From the products you use every day to the policies that govern your life, it's a really complex tapestry.
And understanding these threads, how they weave together, is just crucial right now.
We are truly living through the foundational moments of this new technological era.
It certainly feels that way.
So here's something to maybe chew on as you go about your day. A final thought.
Okay.
Given this intense push-pull we've talked about, rapid innovation on one side, the drive for robust regulation on the other, how do you think societies will ultimately strike that balance?
The balance between the huge opportunities, the productivity gains, and the critical need for safety, fairness, job security, human oversight.
Exactly. And as AI gets more entwined with elections, with global economic competition, which force do you think will have the biggest impact on AI's trajectory in the next few years?
Is it pure tech advancement?
Yeah.
government regulation, industry-backed political influence, or some messy blend of all three?
Yeah. Which force do you think will be most decisive and why? Something to ponder.
Definitely food for thought.
Well, thank you for joining us on the deep dive. We really hope this exploration has given you a clearer lens, a better framework for viewing this incredible, fast-moving world of AI.